NFT is a topic, of course, but not the only topic. So we're talking about the art market as one of the last economic dinosaurs that hasn't been digital transformed yet. Wow, what an introduction. Thanks. I'm so happy to be here in two functions, as you just mentioned. Today, I want to talk about art, and I want to introduce our new tech startup that is based here in Zurich. We're a very early stage startup, and we're looking to pioneer the future of online art and luxury e-commerce. NFT is a topic, of course, but not the only topic. So we're talking about the art market as one of the last economic dinosaurs that hasn't been digital transformed yet. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's a huge BS still. On the one hand, you have traditional players like auction houses, galleries, that have, not yet invented their business online new. They don't know how to communicate with their customer, and they don't know how to get in touch with a whole new client base, the next generation. So we call ArtDeal the next generation art marketplace. And for those who are not very informed what's going on in this market, I have a wrap-up from the last 1.5 years, and I would like to click through and show you some insights of what's happening and why our marketplace, our application that we're launching in December is so interesting and revolutionary. So first of all, the temperature of the art market was freezing cold in May last year when COVID really hit the global scene and everything was cancelled. All physical spaces were closed. And as I said, the art market is operating very traditionally. So all the volumes are transacted nearly almost over physical spaces and fairs, art fairs. The biggest fair you probably all know was cancelled due to COVID, but not just in 2020. The art market temperature was freezing, but also now. So the market hasn't recovered. Obviously, people are shifting to online, also in 2020. So we're really talking about a basic shift of their business to online. And this is a bit of an insider joke. If anyone is here from the art market or representing a gallery or an auction house, the joke was that big auctions and galleries called a simple web page where they just uploaded a PDF or an artwork, an online viewing room, which had absolutely no benefit for the customer to interact or to even buy a painting or to get to know more information directly. So we're challenging this with ArtDeal. We're building a two-sided marketplace where a next generation of collectors can easily access in a social media setting and where price transparency is also given. Obviously, the Financial Times reported digital sales to the rescue, which is an easy next step. If your physical space is cancelled due to a pandemic, you go online. Also, Art Basel and the UBS Art Market Report, which is the Bible of the art market in terms of numbers, I'll show you some numbers later, reported that the pivot to online paid off with digital sales reaching an all-time high of 12.4 billion, which is just huge. It's a huge opportunity to tackle and to go into. I'd even call it a wild, wild west opportunity, just a normal, simple digital transformation of all these legacy companies, similar to fintechs in the banking world. Then the big shots are, the superstar NFT arrived also on the horizon of the art market in the beginning of 2021. And traditional players were overwhelmed. A lot of people didn't know what was going on. And obviously we had this people climax, how he crashed the art world, which was, a mega topic. He sold a JPEG, if you want to say it in a bad way, for $69 million in a Christie's auction. And I mean, this just blew up every conventional thing we knew in the art market so far. Obviously, one auction house was very smart to do this move and to do this drop. Further on, we all know these faces. The collection of 10,000 pixel CryptoPunks passed $1 billion in sales, followed. And maybe as a climax, just as a topic, the whole metaverse conversation is going on. Obviously, Mark is probably going to be the first that transforms Facebook into a metaverse company where you're probably familiar with the with the wording, but I mean, it's a whole parallel universe where you don't just trade and buy, you can also build houses. It's a whole parallel universe coming up, but one step after the other. So, as I mentioned, the online art market size is a huge 12.4 billion opportunity for us to dive into, and we're looking to provide a solution for emerging artists, for galleries, for auction houses, and luxury brands. They all have the same e-commerce problems. They all have a very simple catalog style, how they sell art and luxury online, and we're building a social media app for those target groups. Some numbers fast forwarding. I was told to keep it high level and not to pitch too much my product, but I'm going to switch there maybe. 35% last year from the UBS Art Market Report of all galleries shifted to online, which is huge because before, a very low percentage even had an online web page or even operated online with artworks. This is a very interesting number. 1 million is the average. 30% of millennial high net worth collectors spent over $1 million last year in online sales. So this is huge compared to 70% of boomers' generation. So we see a clear front line of the next generation coming in. 92% of the average marketing budget for galleries, auction houses, and fairs were going up last year. So this is, I don't know what they were doing before, but anyway, they're spending 92% now on their social media budget, which clearly shows that interaction, content, shareability is king if you want to dominate the future marketplace of social and luxury. Second last number, 93% of all millennial collectors, which is under the age of 40, have bought art online. And last but not least, 16% of all buyers totally are under 40. And that's the whole market that we're looking at, that we want to tackle with our application. ArtDeal, it's going to be soon in the App Store, end of this year. And it's for all art lovers, for all buyers, but also for the seller segment of emerging artists that want to have direct access over a platform, one-click buy, to their collectors, for galleries that want to have a sophisticated next-gen experience to get new collectors, for auction houses that want also to attract the next generation of buyers, and also for luxury brands. And we're looking at 1,000 drops or virtual events. That's our product. And it's going to start mid of December 2021. So I would be very happy to invite you to our booth. I can hardly see it anymore, it's so far back. But if you're interested in taking part in our app launch as a better community, browsing around, it's a global launch. Please hit us up. We have invitations and we would love to have you on board. So it's a new age, it's a new stage, and thank you so much for having me.